Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is in the Reverie. We are on, Team C's route and we just defeated a big demonic beast from another dimension and we're ready to move on. I prepped the party.
It's just not fair, I tell you.
We have our CP, BP with everything, so hopefully what's to come, which would I assume that's going to come, because it would be logical. Hopefully we are ready to take it head on and doing it a little bit better than last time. Like, we did manage, but there was a little bit of a struggle in the last episode, so I want this team to grow into glory, because the characters are great. They just need to have a little bit more oomph, and that's what we're gonna do. A secret passage. So where will this end up? Considering the enemy we fought last time, C did say that we're supposed to be at a graveyard, and we know which graveyard it is going to be. There were some really big scenes happening there, so what will we find when we get out?
I wasn't expecting to end up in a place like this.
Did we lose them? I know I've lost the strength to walk.
Not another step, see?
Alright. I'm guessing that that option is now confirmed to not be C, because we already knew it would have been so illogical for Crow to be C, but it's nice to have it confirmed. If I'm right, because I think it's him. Yes, of course. Looking good.
Full armrest.
Yes. Why did you take my name? Better, why did you take my letter?
Figured you'd know who I am if you took my old alias.
Indeed I do. Though I had thought the unrest in Jirai would keep you occupied for longer than it apparently did.
It's dicey over there, but it's nothing Stark can't handle for now. Can't beat knowing friends have got your back when shit hits the fan. You feel me?
I assume you knew we'd show up?
Who is he? This wasn't in the plan. One wrong coincidence, and we might have delivered you to him instead. We only ruled him out because he hasn't gone by sea since the Civil War.
So, are you here to stake your claim on the letter? Or are you seeking compensation for the damages I've dealt under its use?
You kidding? I could die of shame thinking of all the stunts I pulled back then. Even seeing your mask, I get the sudden urge. Smash it to pieces!
Really? When my mask is so much more tasteful.
You think you can pull it off now, but trust me, you're gonna look back and wish you never did.
I'll take your words to heart. Now stand down.
Teamwork.
No point. I bought all the time I was looking for.
Crow? Why are you here?
Just a friendly assist, because let's be honest, if he wasn't there, they could have, well, escaped. So he's partly to blame that we get this confrontation.
I knew you weren't that C.
We tarried far too long, it would seem.
We'll catch up later. Let's take this crew down first.
You won't be taking another step.
You won't have that mask on for long.
Ready to face me?
You had best be prepared.
Reduce class 7's HP to a certain amount. Alright, so which order do we want to use? Because technically we could use the critical to guarantee the criticals, get an extra damage, and still have enough BP to burst everyone. Yeah, let's... You know what? Let's go for it. I play it way too defensively most of the time. Let's hope this decision doesn't come back to haunt me. Alright. Because the thing is, we do want to scan them. Just I want to get my point back, just in case we lose the critical rate before everyone's scanned. In all honesty, let's see who's gonna be the biggest trouble for us here. Ah, that's the wrong one. Oh well.
Play with me?
Yes. Mirror, mirror.
Poor thing. I've spotted you. Well then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes. Good.
It's me.
Yes. We're all close together. Ooh, big weakness.
Hey,
Do we attack or do we heal? That's the question. Because we still need to scan, so we need to survive till at least then.
there.
Thank you.
Ah, no critical on this one.
Okay.
Alright.
Slay on sight. Criminals way.
Okay. There.
Almost be there.
All right.
Ah, so much damage. Can you survive another hit? That's the question. Just to make sure, look, if he does attack him and he doesn't survive, at least we've used his points. Now everybody's scanned, so everything is on the table now.
Here goes. Spirit unification.
Oh no! Really? Straight away? We're not even allowed to do that.
I said I'd keep her safe.
I'm here for you. My new BFF. Nurse Nadia's here. You deserve some praise. How shall we play?
Oh, that's such bullshit. Because now we are on the defensive yet again, instead of just finishing this. Because how far away are they? I don't know if it's enough. That's the problem. And if it's not enough, then we're gonna have a problem. Because burst is not an option anymore, because he's not there. I'm torn. I don't know what to do. Because everybody is relatively close. Ah, come on! I needed that critical so we could use it for some extra damage and push them over the edge. Come on.
How did I know?
These swords are...
It's not enough. She's still there. No, she's not.
Why is this so...
Very well.
Okay, means we can bring him back.
Appreciate it.
I shall.
Oh, he's really close.
In my hair. Get him in one fell swoop. Yep.
Very well.
Okay. This is tough.
Not bad.
What kind of loser gets beaten by their copycat?
Hey, I ain't lost yet. Rean, let's take it up a notch.
Got it.
Do what you can, Thor's Class 7.
I'll show you how devastating I can be.
Don't expect this to go like last time.
Okay, let's kick this off.
Yeah, and the fact again that
My
they had
mind
no
is
zero
clear.
cross. Is it because...
My blade
No.
empty.
Just coincidence, I guess. Wait, all the BP gone? Is that... maybe I can just that.
Ashen Flash. Shredded leaves.
Okay.
Right,
It's my turn.
it is. Need to be careful of what they do.
You have my thanks.
Because he's already far away because of the last time I used it. So you can get the pot shots in. That's fine.
Very well.
Because I've less fear that they won't survive this than anything else, because they have so much more versatility to what we can do. No, a little bit more. And the fact that we have 2 free S-Cross is already making sure we're guaranteed to get this down. Let's play it like we're serious.
Come on, everyone! My turn.
Mm-hmm.
You must treat dolls with respect!
The rumors got nothing on you.
This could be trouble.
Leave it to me.
Wait, he's still here? Oh, did not expect that from him. But yeah, it's basically just like last time. They're a bit stronger, but still not enough to leave an impact, considering the amount of people we have with us compared to them.
Blade of expulsion?
Wait. This is a lot like the same move that C has, isn't it? Or is it just me?
I'll assist.
Very impressive.
No.
Oh. You're staying here. It's not easy being outnumbered 2 to 1.
Gotcha!
Shooting my shot!
You're finished!
Oh, it's time. We get to see who it is, and I think
A
my
pity. I didn't expect my cover to be blown quite this quickly.
Yeah. I don't know how,
Knew it.
but it's him. My first idea. Rufus. I knew I was
grown,
right.
Eustace, as have your friends.
Rufus?
It's Rufus!
Well, there's a twist I didn't see coming.
But he's supposed to be in Crossbell.
How is this possible? What is Crossbell's new Supreme Leader doing here?
This opens up so many
You
possibilities.
seem to be confusing me with someone else. That title is not mine.
That makes no sense.
Then you had best get to making sense of it. I have my own affairs to attend to. Ah, impeccable timing. We're off.
Ah, their escape.
Oh. Huh?
You just stand there like, oh,
What do you
pretty.
think you're doing? This is no way to treat a lady! S!
Yeah. Wait!
They had an airship waiting for them.
Who thinks that far ahead?
There's something we have to know, Rufus!
Did you steal the Courageous too? Did you abduct Prince Olivert and Lady Sherazard? Was that really you?
It was not. I had no involvement in that incident, but it made for some fine bait.
Wait. But then where could they be?
If you wish to know what befell the Courageous Two, make for the Nord Highlands.
Why there?
With that, I bid you farewell. Should we meet again, let it be in Crossbell.
This is so intriguing. Because what or who is the Rufus in Crossbell then? Because that was the whole linchpin of the reason why I stepped off the Rufus choice for C. Because straight from the get-go, Rufus fitted perfectly as C. Because it would fill that redemption arc that we talked about at the end of Cold Steel 4. Like, he's finally turning over a new leaf. He wants to do better, and I see he could do that. And then he showed up in Crossbell, taking over the place. It was totally contradicts what he was like at the end of the last game. So it never made sense, but I thought it's him. So that's why I started thinking like the curse must have affected him or some way. This cannot be by his own choice. And then with the 4 people under him, which 3 we know are doing it, which is again against their whole personality. So which confirmed to me like there must be something that curse that's now in play in this game must have done to Rufus as well. So leading me further away from the idea that it is Rufus. I couldn't think of anybody else who would fit the bill other than meager choices like a Campanella. Again, he wouldn't do that. He's too open in your face like that. Eustace didn't feel like he was going to do that as well. It's not honorable to do that. So in the back of my head, I always wanted C to be Rufus, but I never thought he's going to be him. And now he's back. It's him. This is awesome. But it does open up both possibilities. If there are now 2 Rufuses, does that mean that there might be 2 Ilias as well? That they're all maybe copies? Clones? Maybe dolls? There's so much possibility about what's going on. The only thing that is popping up in my head right now is a comment that one of you guys made in the beginning of the series, which didn't make any sense to me, which now is popping up in my head, resonating in my head, that could that be part of this? And the comment was that the symbol on Rufus's jacket was mirrored. I was thinking when you guys said that was mean because that he flipped over his ideology by the end of the game by what it is right now, why he took over Crossbell. And now that I think about it even more, and the reason also why it's popping up in my head, that one is a mirror image of the real Rufus. And if you look at it like that, it does explain more about his actions in Crossbell, that it's totally against what he do. So maybe all of them are mirror opposites of the person in charge. And the 4th guy, the one we know from the 3 and 9 story, we know too little about him to see if he's a mirror as well, like a copy. Maybe he is the one that's actually behind everything and orchestrated that. I don't know, I'm just spouting up ideas that are now bursting in my head about things that could be going on in the background. So many options, so many paths. This is good. I love this. Because it means that the one I thought would fit perfectly for C is C, once again. And the fact that I don't know why my mind went there when I saw the move from Eustace when we did it. That reminded me of C, because we used the same kind of move during the boss fight in the last episode. And then I saw the link and my head still didn't want to go like, Rufus? I should just let it go and let it go that way. But yeah, awesome. Sorry about me ranting, I think, for the last couple of minutes, but yeah. Alright, Act 2, done. Now also for Rean and Rufus's routes. So does it mean that he doesn't call Team C anymore? Logical. Alright, save and proceed. Oh, but yeah, this is good. Very good, I love it. Alright, proceed. Yeah, I can understand why for the next arc we're gonna start with Rufus's, because after this reveal, no one in their right mind would pick Rean's or Lloyd's route. We need more screen time with Rufus, so let's do that. March 17, midnight. Ah, Nine Valley. Co-conspirator?
You were quite punctual.
You bet. Sup, and welcome aboard the Argo, the vessel of Nine Valley's new high-speed transport service.
Our pilot is a child.
Well, there's a bit of understating who she is.
We might have been better off on the ground.
I'll have you know that I'm a licensed pilot. And that's real rich coming from you guys. You look like a bunch of kids about to go on a picnic with their daddy to me.
Ooh, we got burned.
And rightfully so. Does seem that Rufus is collecting kid-like characters for the moment. Is it just to be underestimated by all opponents?
But boy, did I not see your daddy's ID coming. Who knew my mystery client would turn out to be our former Governor General, Rufus Albarea? Oops. What, do you prefer Supreme Leader now?
Rufus Albarea. Also known
Please,
as
if
C.
I knew I'd be repeating myself so soon, I would have gathered my audience. That title is not mine.
But then...
I'm confused. Who's Rufus? That's this guy's real name. C was a nickname, so it's Rufus, huh? I think it's much cuter than C.
It is better than C. You can call it cuter.
I give it 85 points. Ooh, he kicked your butt, S.
Why would I care when I don't even get what criteria she's basing these on?
So are you famous then, Rufus? Everyone seems to know who you are. He's not just famous, he's super famous. He's the elder son of House Albarea, one of the 4 great houses of Erebonia, and he became Crossbell's first Governor General. Together with the Empire's Chancellor and Crown Prince, he led the country to all-out war. But then he got arrested after it ended. That's all the big common knowledge stuff, but trust me, I know all about the skeletons in his closet. Wow, you're so smart, Nadia.
Well, I call her informed.
Is knowing part of handling the unpleasant side of things?
Wow, you're so smart, Rufus.
How sarcastically placating, definitely.
Can she try not to stir up trouble with him?
Yeah, well, he's apparently not done making a name for himself. Because these 3 days ago, he busted himself out of jail so he could lead a load of blood-clad soldiers into Crossbell and occupy it again. Then he declared himself a new supreme leader and claimed he was carrying on the late Chancellor Osborne's will. And you're saying that wasn't you? Yeah, hang on. You were in Crossbell yesterday and at noon today making statements. When did you have time to go to Heimdallr? He couldn't have been at this Crossbell like you said. He's been with us the entirety of the today and yesterday. Then that means... So there are 2 Rufus Albareas? Or more like... one of you is a fraud. Yeah, and if I would put my money on something, it's the one that took over Crossbell. But I think that's clear right now. So it seems. I have no interest in making a public show of him being one, mind you. But I am the genuine Rufus Albarea. On that you have my word. I guess I believe you, even if Crossbell mistakes the other guy for the real deal. Your brother would be able to tell the difference. Can't say I even care. I'm just in it for the mirror. Speaking of it, I thought the Erebonian government seized all your assets. How are you gonna pay your fare? I've long kept my assets spread out in the event something like this were to happen. What the government seized is just a mere fraction of what I own. You really do prepare for anything, huh? Phew, I was worried we were duped into doing charity work for a second. Well, we've come this far. I think it's about time you started filling in the blanks. About what exactly? You? We don't plan to call things off just because we know who you are now. But you've got to admit that you're not an average guy. And that means being around you is a huge risk on our part. I think you owe us more of a thorough explanation on what you were up to before we met, and what you're after now. It's the least you can do if we're going to keep working together. Very well. I intend to do as much from the very beginning anyway. You'll have to understand that the full scale of our situation before we advance to the next stage. Rufus' tone remained flat as he recounted recent events. It began late at night on March 14 when Orc's fort in the Cruzen province fell under attack. This was the work of the Ebon Defense Force, who worked to aid the Crossbell division of the Imperial Defense Force in their escape. Upon freeing the IDF from the underground cells, they continued on to another cell in that same fort, Rufus Elbereas. Yet their aim was not to free their former leader, but to assassinate him. Rufus deftly turned the tables against them, while also managing to extract a wealth of information, even if their knowledge lacked the finer details. He learned that they had abducted Prince Olivert and would be executing a major operation in less than 24 hours. He also learned of a small suitcase that the EDF wished to find with great urgency. Sensing trouble brewing in the wake of Crossbell's liberation, Rufus then resolved to escape to better assess the situation at hand. Well, information is power. The next day, March 15th, was no less eventful. An impostor using Rufus's name and face as his own stormed Crossbell's signing ceremony and declared it occupied once more. This information, paired with the intelligence gathered to suggest further trouble brewing in Heimdallr, helped the real Rufus ascertain his next objective. He issued a statement claiming to be the prince's abductors to lure Class 7 to the Imperial capital. And following that, he set his sights on the Orcs Canyon to take this enigmatic case the EDF were so desperately seeking. You know the rest, of course. Wow. You've been a busy boy, huh? Well, I've been cooped up in a cell for half a year. I had plenty of pent-up energy eager to be spent. To continue, it's clear that the actions of the EDF and my spurious self were planned to the letter. I imagine a multitude of events these past months have been part of their grand scheme, not just the recent attack on the city. The post-war occupation, the occupiers electing to ignore my calls to surrender, and even the city's liberation a month ago. If this fake Rufus is pulling the strings here, you being around only is gonna be one big headache for him. You think it's possible you're being locked up in the same place as the IDF was intentional? I would assume so. Everything about it right down to my assassination attempt. And that in itself was just a small part of something much greater. Then what are you planning to do about it? You sound like you got a pretty good idea of what you're up against. So, what does the real Rufus want? I have two goals. The first is to eliminate the impostor who seeks to use my name for ill. Makes sense if it means them being around equals people trying to kill you. The second is to settle a past debt. Oh? Crossbell's current status traces its origins to the war that ended not long ago. I, the primary member of the Ironbloods, was one of the two who led the charge in that war, the other being the very man whom I revere as a father, the late Chancellor. Having made this mess, it falls to me to clean it up. The Ironbloods are an awful loyal bunch. I also feel a certain degree of responsibility towards Crossbell as its former Governor General. Let me see if I got my head around this. In short, you want to rectify Crossbell's situation and fix whatever's going on in Erebonia? That sums it up, right? That would be the end result, yes. You know that's a lot to expect for people to pull off. Thus why I never specified it being us to achieve that end result. There's no reason it has to be us who faces our enemies. Confronting evil and overcoming it with heart and willpower is best suited to heroes, not villains like myself. Like Rean and his friends, whom we fought earlier, and their SSS counterparts in Crossbell. There's no need to imitate what they have perfected. Works for me. Doesn't feel like our style. What we can do is learn the truth behind these myriad occurrences in our own way. And we can start with the very valuable clue we happen to have in our possession. Huh? What is it? Why are you all staring at me? Oh, you're just so cute we can't help ourselves. Really? Ah, I see, that makes perfect sense. To be admired is the destiny of a masterpiece. Gaze upon me to your heart's content. It's hard for me to picture a doll being the key to unraveling all that's going on. It's weird, yeah. And her not remembering anything makes it that much harder. Got any plans for tackling that one, boss? I just happen to have a question for you. 2 regarding that very issue. Jörg Rosenberg was her manufacturer and the man who requested that she be delivered to me. Well, technically, yeah. Now that our work in Heimdallr is done, I was hoping to visit him in person. But your hesitant response tells me that may not be possible. Has something befallen him? Nope, he's fine. It's just not much would be gained by going to see him. He's the one who gave us the job, but he specified that he was just an intermediary. My guess is, whoever had him give us the job also is the one who got him to make her. Mainly because he didn't seem to know much more than we do right now. I see. Then our only choice is to aid her in recovering her memories after all. I assume you don't know where you were originally crafted? I wish I did, but I'm afraid not. I've got a place we can start at least. Jörg didn't directly deliver the case to us. He said to pick it up from the Moon Temple. Well, he must have hidden it there before hightailing it out of Crossbell. It'd be a safe bet to say she was made there or close to there. Almost certainly the Rosenberg studio on the Main's Mountain Path then. Sounds about right. And we passed it on the way to the temple, but didn't go inside. A wise decision. If the Meister hid the case elsewhere, then the studio has been compromised in some manner, I'm sure. We still don't know if her memory loss was unintended or deliberate. But danger or no, it is possible that we'll find something to ease her current predicament. So we know where we're going then. Our course was always going to lead to Crossbell. The timing is apt. We might as well go now. But how are we gonna get in when the borders are so well protected? Fear not, for I have a plan, though it will require some preparation. I'll need your participation in the order for it to work, but the details can wait. For now, rest well, children. Light in the Dark. Rufus, Act 3. I was getting so sleepy while I talked, but I feel wide awake now. Perhaps I'll tour the ship and see what everyone's up to. There it is. The calm after all that's been going on. So yeah. So we are finally getting the redemption arc that I was hoping for at the end of the last game. Rufus, redemption, coming back to, well, at least from being a villain to, let's say, at least a Dawnquest. I'm not gonna say hero because he clearly doesn't want that moniker, but at least redeeming himself for his past actions. That's at least what he wants, so yeah. Good, very good. Oh, hey Lepus. Is she asleep? Sure is. That's a shame. I wanted to play with her. Sort disappointed, but let her rest, okay? She always wants to sleep, so today's been a long, rough one for her. Does she normally sleep a lot? Well, that's an understatement. She spent most of our days out like a light. She's even fallen asleep in the middle of combat. Has she ever been to a doctor to fix it? Oh no, she's not sick. Just very laid back. It makes life a real pain sometimes though, let me tell ya. It sure does. But she's my partner, and there's no one else I'd rather depend on when it counts. Besides, I swore to protect her in her brother's place. I intend to honor that for the rest of my life. Are you and her brother different or the same? I'm finding it hard to wrap my head around the idea of siblings. Let me put it like this. How would you feel if Jörg Rosenberg were to make another doll exactly like you? If they were exactly like me, then they would be perfect. The world being blessed with more perfect things to admire is a good thing. Well, if that other doll wasn't as cute, pretty strong, or emotive as you are, what if the other called them a failure? There isn't any such thing as Rosenberg that's also a failure. But if by some chance that were to happen, I'd be very annoyed to hear others speaking of them that way. There you go then. That's how siblings are. Do you think Rufus would be annoyed if he heard something like that about his brother? That's who that boy we saw before is, right? Beats me. I don't know the first thing about what goes on in that guy's head. So, it's a mystery? Yeah. Anyway, you should try and get some rest while we have the chance. Assuming dolls need rest anyway. Okay, thank you, Swin. Now should I take it slow and tear you limb from limb? Should I give you a delectable dollop of poison to make it nice and quick? Nightmare's dreams sure are colorful. That's one way to mention it. What's up? I thought you'd be asleep by now. I'm not tired yet. Say, why don't you give me a neat bedtime story? Like what? You're kind of putting me on the spot. Okay then why don't you tell me about your swords then? They're neat enough. I like the way you can take them apart and put them back together again. Yeah, they've got a pretty unique mechanism to them. When they're apart, I mark my target to hit them dead on without a problem. Then I put them together so I can really lay into them for a ton of damage. They're more like special ornaments than weapons if you want to be nitpicky about it. Sounds a little too complicated for me, but you sure look amazing when you use them. I think your axe is cool too, by the way. I don't know how you swing that hulking thing around like it's light as a feather. Just what kind of crazy technology does Rosenberg put in its dolls? A lot of it. But I'm thinking she has something extra special inside of her. And I think that's also probably the reason why she has two different colored eyes. But what it is? I don't know yet. Yes, but before we go up into the ship, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Because I have a feeling once we talk to Rufus, and potentially, of course, Jungo, we're gonna be moving the story along to where we need to be. And I want to save that for the next one. So for now, I wish you a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue to rest up before getting into the fray in our next destination. And also the big question, will Rufus also gain a shard of the mirror to go to the garden? Or will he be always separate of the rest? And will we get an extra member in our team so we can use the united abilities and so many other things, like backup if someone goes down. So for now, till next time, bye bye.